now we should probably get into our comics.
Yeah, let's do it. So, first up, we have Action Comics number 974, written by Dan Jurgens and art by Patrick Zurcher and Steven Segovia. Boy, howdy, what an issue.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I liked it.
Me too.
I don't know. I felt a lot of the issue. I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is cool. This is cool. And in the very ending, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm excited for the next arc because this is a. They should have just named these last 2 issues like what's the next
Superman Reborn.
Superman Reborn. They should have named it Superman Reborn Prologue, or yeah,
that's
what they should.
Fair enough.
Who is this? Because the problem is that they misnamed this arc. I don't think it's bad. I think it's a little misnamed because you don't learn who this Clark Kent is in this line. He does remember everything that happened to him at the end, but you don't know what he remembered. So it's really fascinating.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what the deal is with this guy, though.
Yeah, I would love...
Because he kind of turns straight up stalker.
They should have named it... Yeah, like, I do think he's a plant, but they should have named it Superman Reborn Prologue.
I don't think he's a plant. I think he's a human.
I don't...
I think he doesn't have leaves.
I think... I hate this so much. But no, that's what they should have called it. They should have called it the Prologue to Superman Reborn. 2-issue prologue for what's going to end up being like a huge event.
It's only 4 issues.
Yeah, it's still pretty big.
And then you have the aftermath, which leads into everything that Superman is in.
So
which is good.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like it's 4 issues plus the aftermath. This is a big story, and this 2 issues are part of that story. These 2 Action Comics issues are part of that story. They're built up to that story.
Yeah.
So they should have called it prologue. Even better naming for it.
Either way, I'm still.
It's good.
Really
hyped. It's a
hyped.
good issue. It gets me really excited to see where they're going with this. I'm really excited to see who he is and what he knows.
Just think. Next issue is the 975th issue of Action Comics.
Yeah.
They're making us pay $3.99 for that one. I don't know.
Really?
Because
is it a bigger issue?
Yeah, it's a little bit, but it's also because it's kind of a milestone issue. But for like $9.50, I get. $1,000, I get.
Guaranteed,
but $9.75?
Guarantee issue 1,000 is gonna be $5.99.
I will pay it in a heartbeat and buy
I
will buy all the variant covers.
I probably am going.
I have 3 of the 4 variant covers for Action 900.
Good on you.
I'm only missing one, and it's because I can never find it on eBay.
Oh,
that makes me sad. Anyway, next up is Batgirl number 8, written by Hope Larson and art by Chris Wildgoose. What a last name.
I'm gonna spoil this book a little bit because it's kind of a problem I have. You know how they made it seem like that maybe this this son of a penguin might have a little bit of complexity. He might not be evil. He might have like his own thing where he fights not being evil and whatnot. Might think it'd be interesting and slightly complex. Nah, he's just totally evil.
Wow.
I know.
That's kind of lame.
And I'm like, they start the story so well. I'm like, okay, they go on this date. It's really cute. She likes him. He seems like he explains that, yeah, my dad's Penguin. And he tells his whole life story about him and Penguin. I'm like, it's really interesting because like you feel for him because it's one of Penguin's girls that he had waitress for him that he slept with, got pregnant. He kicks her out, and he just paid child support and paid for everything that he needed. That way he wouldn't have to see the kid ever. Which is really fascinating. There's a whole story about doing that and like how the kid got into school, got in this really nice Ivy League school on his own, with grants and everything, a full ride due to his own accord. And Penguin was going to give him the money to go, and he goes to Penguin's, I don't want your check, take your money back. I was able to get him by myself, and like Penguin's like, oh, I'm ashamed of you for doing this, whatever, something stupid. It was pretty interesting because like you feel for him because you're like, wow. A part of him still wants his dad to approve of him, but another part of him doesn't want his money because he's never there. I'm like, this is really cool. And then like his dad says, "I'll rip up the check or use it. I don't care. Just don't. Just get out of my face." So he takes the check and decides, "Oh, I'm gonna spend this check on doing good for the world."
Oh yeah, a good gesture.
Yeah, which is like my dad's an evil person, and I'm gonna use the money that he gave me to do something good in this world. And then it turns out, he's totally evil.
That bothers me, and I'm not even reading the book, and that bothers me.
No, it's out of nowhere. It's like, okay, there's this question of whether he's good or evil, and this really sad, really interesting story. And yeah, his business isn't perfect, and yeah, it has its flaws, but he's not that bad of a guy. And in the very end, it's like, nah, he's totally evil. I'm like, man, all the moral complexity behind that's gone. It's like, nah, he's totally evil. Get over yourselves. I'm like, come on. What are you doing? That was really cool until you ruined it. What?
Warner Brothers.
It's really cool until you ruined it. Oh, man. This issue is a trip. I'm like, all right, I'm into it. In the second half. I'm like, why? It was constantly asking, why? What is the purpose behind this? I just said porpoise.
I know, I caught it too. I'm like, okay.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to a book that's really good.
Yes, this was a very good book. Batman Beyond #5, written by Dan Jurgens and art by Bernard Chang.
Oh my god, that ending!
Boy, howdy!
Oh my god, that ending!
I say boy, howdy a lot.
I didn't see it coming at all.
I kind of, like, near the last 2 or 3 pages, I saw it coming. I'm like, oh, no.
Oh, yeah, well,
but, like, up to that, no, I didn't see it coming.
No,
oh,
like,
boy.
I had a suspicion beginning of the issue, and the second half, like, the halfway point of the issue, I'm like, okay, there's something up about this guy. I'm like, okay, I got a suspicion here, and oh my god, that ending. Woo-wee! Bruce Wayne's back and alive as ever. Awesome. Cool. We get old man grumpy Bruce Wayne, which is the best Bruce Wayne.
It's like regular Bruce Wayne, just older.
I like this Terry McGinnis suit. I do think the eyes are a little weird looking.
Maybe it's just the way that they're drawn.
Yeah.
The cover is really misleading, though.
It is very misleading.
But man, was that an issue.
That was an issue. That took you for a ride. I cannot... Why do I have to wait a month?
I know. I want this one to be bi-weekly.
I just want it to come back.
Please.
I want it to come back. I want it back. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now.
Well, everybody that was listening is stopped listening. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
To the people who are still listening, next up we have Blue Beetle #6, written by Keith Giffen and art by Scott Collins.
It's better.
Better?
Yeah, it's better. The ending
we're
was
staying.
cool.
Yeah, we're staying
the
for the.
ending was super cool.
We're gonna stay for the next issue because Dr. Fate shows up.
Finally, and it seems like next issue Dr. Fate's actually gonna do stuff, and like what happened in this issue was actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, like
there's a lot of God, what's his name?
the main character.
Yes.
Jaime Reyes.
Reyes, that's right. There's a lot of Reyes overreacting in this, I feel. And
Yeah,
I feel it was
yeah.
a lot of him overreacting to get to the ending point.
Yeah.
Which is fun, because the ending was cool.
I feel like this would read a lot better in a trade.
I think this would read a lot better in a bi-weekly book.
That too. Just not so
I don't feel
separated.
I was talking to Bobby, and I'm like, I feel really bad, because I wish this book... I wish this was a good monthly book. But it's not. It's a terrible monthly book. But it'd be a good bi-weekly book.
There are some books that are monthly that you can totally wait a month for, like, not because they're bad or anything, but it's because it's worth it, because you know you're getting quality month to month.
And you feel like every issue feels like you're getting a month's worth of story. Like Batman Beyond, it feels like I've gotten my month.
Oh, I'm totally satisfied for the next month. I want the next issue now, but I'm satisfied.
A week and a half before it comes out, I'm like, oh my god, Batman Beyond's coming out this week. I'm excited. Let's do it. I'm really pumped for the story. But I feel like I'm happy. Like I'm satisfied with how Batman Beyond ended. It's ended in a way to where I don't mind waiting a month for it. Problem with Blue Beetle is that like I kind of mind because I feel like there's not enough information given me in this issue that satisfies me. I'm like, I'm not really satisfied as an issue. This is the one issue at the ending. I'm like, okay, I'm really happy. The story's got kind of got to the point, and I'm really excited to see where it goes from here. I was actually satisfied with this issue. Now, it could have been a bit better, but I hope the next one really kicks it up.
Yeah, me too. Is it kind of sad that we're picking up Blue Beetle just to see Dr. Fate?
I also
a guy that's only been in the book twice.
Bobby adores Blue Beetle. She loves Ted Kord and she loves Jaime Reyes, and so do I.
Oh, I like them a lot too.
My original reason picking this book up was because I wanted to see what they do with it. I knew Dr. Fate was going to be in it. I knew Bobby would read them. It's like Wonder Woman. Like I pick up Wonder Woman because I love Wonder Woman, but I also know that Bobby would want to read them.
Yeah.
So I mean, I might end up keeping Blue Beetle a lot longer than you might. Because
I'll stay with it and see where it goes. Just because I don't like giving up on books.
Yeah, this bought me a couple extra issues. The ending of this issue had some really cool things, and a lot of cool things happened. So I'm like, okay, no, this kept me on for a couple more issues. I'm interested to see where this is going.
Yeah, I mean,
you've got me fascinated. Yeah. I like this new villain you've introduced. Not really new, but I like this villain you have. It's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I hope the next issue's just as good or better.
I wish it was a bi-weekly book. I'd pay for it.
Yeah, I would totally pay for it. Next up, we got Detective Comics number 951, written by James Tynion IV, and art by Christian Deuce. This was a good issue. I liked it.
Now, I'm not saying that his art isn't kind of conducive to his name. I'm just saying that his art is kind of weird.
A little bit, yes.
And it was kind of startling to go from the last artist to this one. I didn't see it coming, and I saw like, this is a new artist. I'm like, who is this? Christian Deuce. Someone's making fun of me. Someone's playing a joke.
Somebody's picking on me because my name's Christian.
But it was good. I liked it a lot.
It was good.
Excellent issue.
For a second, I'm like, oh no, and then I was like, oh, but oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
There's some good stuff in this book.
It sets up what's going to be a huge Detective Comics story, and on top of that, we already have a huge Batman story. So we got these two huge stories running side by side. I'm like, yes! Let all the villains have let all the huge stories happen. Let it sweep over me. We got Superman having a huge story. Two Batman issue comic lines having a huge story. I'm excited.
Give me a Mad Hatter story.
It's coming.
That'll make me happy.
Tom King likes to do the weird villains. And I mean, Scott Snyder likes doing villains like that too. So
yeah.
Pretty cool to see.
I'm excited.
So am I.
Next up, we got Flash number 17, written by Joshua Williamson and art by Carmine Di Giandomenico. Whew.
That's such a cool name.
Woohoo!
That was such a cool name.
That was a good issue.
It was a good issue.
I enjoyed myself immensely on that.
That ending though. Woo! That ending though.
Yeah.
Things get real and I was not prepared.
I was not either.
I'm like, oh no! I guess the one thing about this issue is not really a spoiler because I've been doing it slowly throughout the story is that they've kind of reconfirmed the rogues as villains.
Yeah.
And they should why the bad guys. And
I like that.
I like the rogues being the Robin Hood style figures for the longest time, but they never gave back. So there's always like the Robin Hood, except for they steal from the rich and keep it for themselves. Because let's be honest, they are the needy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because a lot of the stuff that they tried to do in the New 52 was make a lot of villains good guys. And like sometimes it worked, but majority of the time it's just we don't want to see that.
What I kind of appreciated what New 52 did, it was a double-edged sword. They want to make a lot of the villains good guys so they can introduce more villains and new villains.
That's a weird position to be in.
Yeah.
Where you want the villains to stay villains. We don't want them to change and grow as people. We want them to stay evil and like morally corrupted.
And a couple characters, a couple of the villains turning more heroic kind of worked. But like, in some ways, the rogues not being bad guys kind of worked because
they have a code of honor.
Yeah, because the rogues have always had this very clear code of honor, things they will and won't do.
Golden Glider doesn't have that though.
No, she doesn't. So it was always very clear. But they made an attempt to introduce these new villains. They made an attempt to make Gorilla Grodd more of a major villain. Even in Batman, they didn't like turn the villains necessarily into heroes, but they showed that the Batman villains also have a code, which is that they're the only ones allowed to terrorize Gotham. The only ones.
They're very territorial.
They are very territorial. Like when Joker was doing the whole thing where he was
Catwoman's marked her spot.
Yeah. When Joker was doing the whole thing where he was literally saying, I'm just gonna destroy the city. And, like, I'm not playing with Batman anymore. This is the end. I'm going to destroy the city. I'm going to kill Batman, and I'm going to call it. The villains actually came in to help Batman fight because they're like, you know what? We might hate it, but this is still our city. This is our city, too. And they fought for it, which is really cool.
Yeah.
They did a lot of things, like trying to add some complexity to villains. The problem is, though, is that complexity to your villains are really cool. I feel it works better for your lower-tier villains. Like, if you came out that Kite Man wanted to reform, I'd be interested in that story.
I'd be in it for Kite Man.
Yeah, I know you would. Like, if you did something like that, but, like, there's no reforming the Joker. There's no reforming Lex Luthor. There's no reforming Captain Cold. These are villains that will always be villains. We're literally just waiting for a matter of time. It's only a matter of time until Lex Luthor does something crappy.
Yeah, I'm counting on it.
Yeah, we're waiting for it. Like, it's just a character everyone expects to go evil again. Sorry, I burped. So, I mean, I understand what they're trying to do, but, I mean, if we're being honest with ourselves, we know where this is going.
Yeah. It was good, though. I'm excited for the next
Which
issue.
is another deuce.
Next up is Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps number 15. Written by Robert Venditti and art by Ethan Van Sciver. Sorry.
I wonder what his
It's been a very long.
I wonder what his art would look like.
It's been a very long day. I've only had one nap today.
If it's anything like his writing, it'd be fantastic. This is a good book. It brought in one of my favorite Blue Lantern Corps members. If not, it's my favorite Blue Lantern Corps member.
Everybody likes Saint Walker.
Yeah, he's cool. I thought he was dead.
Yeah, well, so did everybody else.
Yeah, and then I saw Saint Walker because I'm making a joke to Austin, to where we had this. He has this really cool poster of like I guess it's the leaders at one point of all the different corps, for the most part, and then one of them was Saint Walker, and I pointed like he's dead, ha ha ha, and he's just like screw you, man.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Saint Walker's alive, which is cool. I mean, we kind of saw it coming. He's the only Blue Lantern anybody cared about.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, Guy Gardner.
Being Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
Being Guy Gardner.
I don't know what it is about Venditti, but he writes Guy in a way that I like him.
He writes
He writes him like a person.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't write him like this weird Boston trope or like this weird New Yorker trope.
My khakis.
What I like about Guy, especially in this book, is that he makes very clear his character motivation and why he does the things he does, and you can almost predict what Guy's going to do next, and I kind of like that. I like this feeling that Guy is very predictable. But I also like this idea that Guy... I like how in the first story they showed a Guy as unbreakable.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
He's got a serious level of determinism.
I also like how you can tell his hot-headedness only goes to a point. It's not like... Death of Superman's a great example to where his hot-headedness nearly got people killed.
Oh, yeah.
And that really frustrated me because I don't feel like a Green Lantern should be like that. But in this one, his hot-headedness doesn't get anybody killed. He's just going to get himself killed.
Yeah, he's just kind of stupid.
But he's
headstrong.
It seems like he considers everyone else as well into the situation. That way no one else can get hurt other than him. And I like that. I think that's how you should write Guy.
I like it a lot.
I like Guy Gardner in this book. I never thought those words would come out of my mouth.
Me either.
I enjoy Guy Gardner as a character. And I'm like, what warped universe am I living in where I enjoy Guy Gardner?
I don't know what's real anymore.
No, I don't, man. And you know me, I was the biggest fighter against Guy Gardner. I used to hate him. I used to loathe his character. I used to call him Shitty Wolverine.
What universe is this? Mario's reading Batman and Christian likes Guy Gardner. There was a long period of time where I didn't pick up Batman comics. Just for reference.
For a long period of time, I wouldn't have blamed you.
Yeah. Next up is
Snyder,
Hellblazer.
you're a genius, but some of the things you did were really stupid.
Hellblazer number 7, written by Simon Oliver and art by Philip Tan.
This book's weird. Philip Tan not in that way. It's weird as in like Philip Tan draws his characters like anime characters. It reads like an anime. And at first I'm like, I don't know how I feel about it. Like,
you showed me a panel and
and you're kind of like confused.
Constantine looked like he popped out of like Naruto or something.
I was almost half waiting for Constantine to go, Oni-chan! I'm like, oh god! But
hey, where's the sushi?
And it is kind of striking at first that you don't like. It's wow, okay. I don't know how to feel about this, but then the art kind of works. Like it looks interesting, and I think it's because it's unique for a comic book to have this kind of very glossy style to it. That I'm like, all right, I'll see where this goes. It kind of works for Hellblazer. It kind of works for Constantine. This is a weird look for him. So it was good. Kind of a slow issue. I think the only problem with this issue is that Oliver's a pretty decent writer, but he hasn't been doing Hellblazer necessarily that great. But he's been doing it good enough. So, I mean, I'm going to continue picking it up. Because it's fine. I'm interested to see where this goes. I'm also kind of waiting for the ending of the story arc. Because it's taking forever.
You're just waiting for it?
I want to see how it ends. I'm curious. They brought in genies. Genies are the villains.
Genies.
I think that's cool. It's a cool
that actually
idea.
is kind of rad.
I mean, they're called Dajin or Dudjin. I can't pronounce the name. Or Jin or something like that.
Yeah, Jin.
Jin. And which is basically genies. It's the proper term for what we understand as genies, and it's actually really cool. It's a really cool idea. And they
Robin Williams shows up.
I'm not gonna lie. When they said genies, I'm like, are we getting Robin Williams? I think they take a joke about that too, which is pretty great.
Oh god. All right. Well, next up is Justice League of America #1. It's written by Steve Orlando and art by Ivan Reyes.
I love this book.
It was good.
I like this book a lot. I like these characters. I like how they're doing these characters. I like how everything's happening in this book. I really enjoyed it.
The chemistry is there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I do think they're arguing a little too much.
A little bit.
But I mean, this is. I think this kind of gets away with it because it's a team of extreme opposites. Except for, ironically, I thought it was really cute. Frost and
Adam.
And Adam.
Yeah, I'm like
getting along.
So
really
should
well.
I be pulling for you guys to be a thing?
Yeah, like you're kind of weirded out. I was like, it's kind of cute because she's like, they reconfirmed like, I'm a scientist. Remember, I was a brilliant scientist. So here you go. I did this thing. And I'm just like,
I just got really cold. I'm just really cold now. I'm still a scientist.
Yeah, like I thought it was a fun little line. I'm like, okay, that's fun. It's cool, and I kind of like how he's like, all right. He's the one person that doesn't question her. He's like, him and Batman just don't question her. They believe that she's a good person now. I'm like, that's kind of cool.
I'm excited for the next issue.
I am too. I'm really excited. It's bi-weekly, right?
Is it? It's
yeah,
bi-weekly?
it's bi-weekly.
It is bi-weekly.
It comes with the weeks that Justice League doesn't come out, which is
Oh,
awesome.
boy.
It is awesome.
Oh boy!
So we always have a Justice League type book now. This is pretty cool.
I kind of wonder where this is going to build to, though. That's got to be because that's gross.
I wonder if anybody actually heard that burp. Continue.
What I was going to say is there's a reason that Batman's put together a team of humans, and he says it's to inspire other people to rise up and be good.
But
I know there's a reason.
But Tim Drake even pointed out that he's preparing for something.
Yeah, there's a reason.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what that.
Batman doesn't do things for nothing.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what that something is.
Next up is Suicide Squad #12, written by Rob Williams and art by
Robin Williams. He's alive.
Art by Riley Rosmo, John Romita Jr., and Eddie Barros.
John Romita Jr.'s art looks terrible.
It's better than it was last issue.
Eddie Burrows. No, it's not. Eddie Burrows did the second story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think his looked fantastic.
Oh, totally.
I think his looked really good, and I kind of wish he was
the second half of the story was far more. Same thing with the first or the last issue. The second half of this book is much more interesting.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with art. I just think the second story is just. I thought what the first story was cool, and I thought it was like, okay, this is fun and stupid and and entertaining. But the second story is like, no, this is actually super fascinating, and I'm really curious about how this is going to play out.
I don't know if I want to keep staying on this book. That's the thing.
General Zod.
That's the only reason I'm on this book. Well, and because of the government stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Because that's kind of important for the DCU.
Yeah, it is. Worst comes to worst, I can continuously pick it up and then tell you when you need to pick up an issue. Because I'm picking up for Deadshot and Harley Quinn.
I like Deadshot too.
And Deadshot's a cool character. I kind of wish he was black in this. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, they made
poor Nick Fury.
Well, they made him black. Just do it. Don't say anything. Just do it.
Yeah,
they did it in Suicide Squad. People complain, but who cares? Those people.
Because Will Smith is awesome.
Yeah, Will Smith did a great job of that character. I'm like, why don't you just make him black in the comics? Just do it. Just go for it. We can use more color in the comics.
There's a book that is not on this list. It's not a big deal. It's just one. Supergirl Being Super #2, written by Mariko Tamaki and art by Joelle Jones and Kelly Fitzpatrick.
How is it?
Bad.
Moving on.
Let me explain why it's bad.
They're just like, bad, all right.
I've seen a lot of people praise this book. It is mediocre at best. It is not a very good book.
This is a baby's first Supergirl book. That's what I've been picking up on. If this is your first Supergirl story, it's
a self-contained Supergirl book.
Yeah.
And it's not very good. It's in its own continuity. I mentioned this last time. It does that stupid thing with teenagers where they're trying to write them as moody, but they come off as just cliched, where it's like, I don't like my family. Well, I love them, but don't tell them that. No, stop. That's not how you write a person.
Yeah.
They do the same thing with this issue, and they're talking about. You know what? I don't even care. I'm gonna spoil this one.
Good.
Kara's friend dies. One of her friends dies.
Wow, that got dark.
And Supergirl couldn't save her, or Kara couldn't save her because she doesn't have all her powers yet, or she doesn't know how to control them.
Mm-hmm.
And so her and her other best friend don't go talking, like they're not talking for a long time. And then one of them texts the other. I kid you not, this is the dialogue. I don't know, this whole thing is really dumb right now. Yeah, totally. Really dumb. Your friend just died. That is not... What kind of person talks like that? And then they start sending emojis. And then there's like an eye emoji, a donut, and the crap emoji. And it's like, I do not give a crap. What? Stop. Stop. The foreshadowing is very thinly veiled. The conflict is barely there. There are no moments where the characters are given any chance to breathe. Every panel has a word on it, whether it's dialogue, a text box, or an onomatopoeia. Okay? There is no chance where a character and another character can just sit down and have a moment and enjoy the silence for half a second before some stupid little word pops up. And it's all poorly written. I don't care about any character in this book. The only one that I actually kind of like is Mrs. Danvers, and that's because she's kind of written like a person, kind of. And I'm saying as a person in the loosest sense of the word. This is terrible, and I'm sure somebody's gonna like this book. And you know what? More power to you. But you know what? This book is not for me. It's not for me. I don't like it. It's not very good.
Wow. You got wait. Yeah, he got heated, all right.
It's a good thing that this book is only 4 issues.
Yeah, you're almost done. You're almost out of the water.
It's stupid.
It sounds stupid.
It's
And you complain about the Supergirl mainline.
at least that one has a story.
A good story too.
Debatable, but a story. Next up is Teen Titans number 5, written by Ben Percy and Koi Pham. That felt like a Teen Titans book.
Yeah, I actually felt a lot like the Teen Titans comic. How long is Koi Pham's arc gonna be there for?
I don't know.
Because it's not very good.
You don't like it?
No.
I think it's serviceable, but it's not my
There's
favorite.
a bunch of panels where the people just have this most uncomfortable expressions on their faces. I'm just like, you can't draw faces, can you? Ooh, you're one of those artists. Your action looks really cool, but your faces really creep me out sometimes. This is one Starfire face. It's just a panel, and she looks like any second she's gonna go cross-eyed and start wiggling her tongue out of her mouth. Just like, Jesus. It looks really weird. I like the book though.
Yeah.
I like Batman at the end.
Oh, yeah, you guys look like you need to have a moment to talk, so we're just gonna go over here. Also, there are 2 Titans towers in this DC unit.
And did you notice? Opposite coasts.
Yes.
Titans East and Titans West.
Woo-hoo!
Canon now. It's canon now.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah. The West are called Titans. The East are called West is called Teen Titans, and the East is called Titans. I think that's kind of cool. The closer you get to San Francisco, the more of a child you become. Oh, called out San Francisco. Sorry.
Oh boy. I enjoyed reading that book, though.
It was really fun.
Next up is Wonder Woman number 17, written by Greg Rucka and art by Liam Sharp.
Again, I like the story. Again, I don't want to have to wait a month.
Yeah.
It's written to be a bi-weekly book, and a bi-weekly book that isn't technically bi-weekly. It's I know it sounds really stupid, and someone pointed out how dumb it sounds, but like, it's really hard to enjoy a book that, it's been one of those days. It's really hard to enjoy a book's story when it's constantly changing. When every other book, it's a new story. Because when you're reading a line, you tie that line to a narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yes, before you make the argument, I know Suicide Squad does 2 stories every book, but each story ties into an overall narrative.
It's all linear.
There is a single narrative there that's being told. Originally, it was introducing the Squad, and what was that first arc about? Introducing the Squad. Was this new one about is about the kid that someone trying to kill Amanda Waller. That's the second story about is someone trying to kill Amanda Waller, which is fascinating. The end of the Suicide Squad also the title of the next story the second story of the next book is hilarious. That did make me laugh hardcore. The problem with Wonder Woman is that the two stories aren't connected into an overall narrative. They're just kind of there. Before it was loosely veiled narrative that they were connecting. This one there's no narrative at all. It's connecting together, and it's really hard. It's getting hard to read.
Yeah, I find Godwatcher to be a more interesting story.
I find Godwatch to be a more interesting Wonder Woman story. I find the Truth to be a more unique Wonder Woman story. One's more interesting, the other's more unique, and I feel that you could have done those in two different lines.
Yeah, they really could have. I mean, on the plus side, it didn't overstay its welcome. It's actually a fast read.
Yeah, it's a fast read. It's good. It's
the
just
art is. I love the art.
Sharp is pretty brilliant. It's good, but like I said, I wish it had its own line. I wish there's two Wonder Woman lines. That's what I'm saying. I want two Wonder Woman lines. I don't know why she doesn't have them.
She needs two lines, especially with the movie coming out.
It'll sell.
Promote the character.
Well, they're. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm calling it now. What they're hoping is that if they put low money into advertisement, they can make money back on Wonder Woman the way they didn't in BVS. Same thing with Justice League. I don't think they're going to promote Justice League as heavily as they haven't been promoting Justice League as heavily as they promoted BVS at this point, and I don't think they're going to promote Justice League as heavily as you would expect, because they're hoping that if they can spend less money on advertisement, they can make more of their money back. Yeah. Which is fair considering how BVS. I think it was like it barely made back what it took in total to spend on it.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure on the numbers. I just know that
they
didn't make the money back that they wanted.
A bunch of people were fired from in the studio because BVS didn't make the money back it was supposed to.
And it's not like they didn't try to sell that movie. They tried.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I can see.
But it seems like they're not making an attempt with Wonder Woman.
I can sit here all day, can dip it in gold, but I'm telling you right now, you ain't buying a turd.
Wait, I'm not buying a turd?
No, you're not. I'm just saying it's in general. Like you as the audience, I can polish it and I can dip it in gold, but they're not gonna buy this turd.
Oh.
There's nothing they can.
Oh, I thought it was like you're not buying a turd, you're buying a piece of gold.
No, you're
not. But you were talking about as like the you on the other side. Like no, you're not buying a turd. You're not buying.
You've ruined the analogy. The point I'm trying to make is that there was nothing to do with the staff inside it, everything to do with the people making the film. And of course, they didn't fire anyone making the film, like director, writers, directors. The real people who ruined this film, producers, writers, directors.
Batman.
Thank you, I needed that. All right, guys. That has been our comics. As always, we get our comics from Docking Bay 94. If you're hidden up in Coconut Creek, Florida, say you're just sitting there wanting to get some coconuts and a creek.
You know what, Christian? That's it. I quit.
Go over to Docking Bay, walk in, tell John that Christian Mario said hi. Look him in the eye.
Roll his eyes and be like, "Oh, those guys."
Look him in the eyes and look him in the eyes and say, "You are an attractive, beautiful man."
John's a great guy.
He is a wonderful person. We love it there. We always try to drop their name in there because we do get our comics from there, and they're pretty great.
Support your local comic shop, kids.
Oh yeah. Again, support your local comic book shop. If you have a local shop, you got a local shop you like, get to know some people there. Get to know some people. Have some friends. Go to some of the club things they do. Get involved. Kiddies, I know it's hard. As someone who doesn't like to leave his room, I know it's difficult to do it, but sometimes you just gotta do it. Gotta man up. Gotta grow a comics pair.
Get out of here.
I'm trying.
Just go.
I wish. Another week, another episode of Collectors Coalition, a Magnesium Studios production.
Prolonged exposure to this podcast may cause the following side effects.
Visiting our website at collectorscoalition.com.
Listening to us on SoundCloud, PodOmatic, and iTunes.
Subscribing to our YouTube channel.
Following us on Twitter at Collect Coalition.
Following us on Instagram, Tumblr, and Facebook at Collectors Coalition.
Bouts of extreme depression.
Uncurable, explosive diarrhea.
Not being able to grow up past the mental maturity of a 3-year-old.
But in all seriousness, thank you for listening, and we love you all.
And remember, stay nerdy, my friends.